What if the most powerful country in the world isn't declining by accident, but following a pattern so old that empires across centuries couldn't escape it? Spain, Britain, the Soviet Union, different cultures, different systems, different eras. Yet all of them collapsed after passing through the same invisible stages. And today, many historians and economists believe the United States has reached stage 5 of that exact cycle. Not collapse yet, not the end, but the most dangerous point in the entire pattern. This video isn't about predictions, it's about history, and what happens when power, debt, and human behavior collide. Well, welcome to Finance Lumina, where we reveal the realities of money, power, and empires. No spin, no controversy. Setting the stage. How empires really fall. We imagine empires collapsing suddenly, a war, a revolution, a dramatic moment. But real collapse is usually slow, so slow that people living through it don't realize what's happening. Spain looked invincible while its economy hollowed out. Britain ruled the world even as its financial system became overstretched. The Soviet Union appeared stable right up until it wasn't. Because empires don't lose power first, they lose stability. And across history, that loss follows a repeating sequence, what many researchers describe as a 7-stage collapse pattern. Let's walk through it. Origins. Stage 1 and 2, real power. Stage 1, innovation and productivity. Every empire begins by creating real value. Spain mastered global exploration. Britain industrialized faster than anyone else. The US led manufacturing, energy, and technology in the 20th century. This stage creates real wealth, not financial tricks. Stage 2, expansion and trade. Dominance productivity fuels expansion. Spain built global trade routes. Britain controlled shipping and banking. The US designed the post-World War II system. The dollar, global trade, financial institutions. Debt is manageable. Growth feels permanent. Confidence is high. This is the golden age, and it quietly sets the trap. I'm telling you all the stages so you can get it easily. The rise, stage 3 and 4, finance and comfort. Stage 3, financialization. Over time, empires shift focus. Instead of making things, they make money from money. Spain relied on silver instead of domestic production. Britain became a financial empire as industry declined. The US shifted from factories to Wall Street debt and asset inflation. At first, it feels like progress. Stage 4, peak power. This is the peak. High living standards, strong military, trusted currency. But underneath, debt grows faster than income. Inequality widens, politics polarize, production weakens. Britain reached this before World War I. The USSR in the 1970s. Many argue the US hit it in the early 2000s. The breaking point. Stage 5 is where history turns. Not collapse, but instability. This stage has the same warning signs every time. Rapid debt growth, currency pressure, political division, loss of institutional trust, short-term fixes replacing long-term solutions. Spain debased its currency, Britain borrowed heavily to maintain power, the USSR printed money and hid inflation. Now look at the US. Massive and rising national debt, persistent deficits, repeated financial rescues, heavy reliance on monetary expansion, deep political polarization. The system still functions, which is why stage 5 is dangerous, because every solution creates a new problem. Raise taxes, growth slows, cut spending, unrest rises, print money, trust erodes, delay, debt compounds. Historically, stage 5 is where reversals become extremely difficult. What comes next? Stage 6 and 7. Stage 6, loss of confidence. Collapse doesn't start with numbers, it starts with belief. People stop trusting. Money leadership institutions, capital leaves. Talent exits, social cohesion breaks down. This is what happened to Spain, Britain, and the USSR. Stage 7, restructuring or collapse. Some empires collapse violently, others shrink, restructure, or lose dominance quietly. The outcome varies, but the pattern rarely does. Final takeaways. Takeaway 1. Empires don't fall suddenly. They decay through predictable stages driven by debt and incentives. Takeaway 2. Stage 5 is not the end, but it's the point where fixing the system becomes hardest. Takeaway 3. The US is not doomed, but history shows outcomes depend on whether real reforms replace delay. Every empire believed it was the exception. Spain, Britain, the Soviet Union. History didn't care. The real question isn't whether America has reached stage 5. The real question is, what happens next, and who's paying attention? If you value deep analysis on history, power, and finance, subscribe, share your thoughts below, and stay curious, because understanding the cycle is the first step toward surviving it.